Google Docs password leak highlights costly security oversight. In late August 2026, a contractor working for a mid-sized firm inadvertently stored a list of internal passwords in a Google Doc that was set to public view. Because the document was indexed by Google, the autocomplete feature in Google search began suggesting those passwords as users typed. The leak was discovered when a security analyst noticed unusual autocomplete entries that matched the company's internal credentials. This single oversight exposed the entire password set to anyone who searched for related terms, creating a direct path for potential attackers to gain unauthorized access to critical systems. Google's autocomplete feature pulls from index content across the web. When a document is publicly accessible, its content is crawled and stored in Google Search Index. The autocomplete engine then surfaces that content as suggestions. In this case, the passwords were not encrypted or hidden, so they appeared verbatim in the suggestions. Business owners often assume that internal documents are safe if they are stored in the cloud, but public sharing settings can override that assumption. The incident demonstrates that even seemingly innocuous cloud storage can become a conduit for data leakage if permissions are misconfigured. The exposed passwords could allow attackers to log into administrative accounts, modify configurations, or exfiltrate sensitive data. If the credentials were for privileged accounts, the risk escalates to potential ransomware deployment or data tampering. Even if the passwords were for lower-level accounts, attackers could use them as footholds to pivot laterally within the network. The incident also raises reputational damage, as clients and partners may question the firm's data governance practices. Compliance frameworks such as GDPR or CCPA could trigger penalties if personal data is compromised, further amplifying the financial impact. First, enforce a strict policy that all credentials must be stored in a dedicated password manager with role-based access controls. Second, audit all cloud documents for public sharing settings and revoke any that are not intentionally shared. Third, implement a monitoring system that flags when sensitive data appears in search indexes or autocomplete suggestions. Fourth, conduct regular training for contractors and employees on secure data handling, emphasizing the risks of public sharing. Finally, consider a zero-trust architecture that requires multi-factor authentication for all critical systems, reducing the impact if a password is exposed. Business owners should first review their cloud storage policies and ensure that no sensitive documents are publicly accessible. Implement a password manager and enforce multi-factor authentication across all accounts. Set up automated alerts for any sensitive data that appears in search engines or autocomplete suggestions. Conduct quarterly security audits that include permission checks on all shared documents. Finally, create a response plan that outlines steps to take if a credential leak is discovered, including immediate password rotation, system access reviews, and communication with stakeholders. These actions will help mitigate the risk of accidental data exposure and protect the organization's assets. This program uses AI-generated voices. American Tech Consultants helps businesses plan, integrate, and support AI and information technology solutions. Learn more at americantechconsultants.com. Call 954-998-2994 or email support@americantechconsultants.com.